Ear. What it do? What it do? How y'all doing? Put together a couple compilations, chop them up, put out the shorts, see the stuff y'all like. Um, Shout out to everybody that been leaving comments on the videos. I didn't know how many people that I actually was affecting this little experiment of mine. Somebody said I was drinking MAGA Kool-Aid. We never drank Kool-Aid in my house. It was a Lipton iced tea. All right. So this right here, Myron Gaines, talking about the apartheid genocidal state of Israel, who are also illegal immigrants. They need to get out of Palestine. It's kind of the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So let's just start that off with our little reactions going on right here. You are?
Free day.
So,
Please.
my name is Jacob.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
No, I'm asking, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, so where's like the speakers right here?
Yeah. So what's your
We're
position?
talking. We're having a conversation.
Yeah. So I noticed from the side that you
My name's
had.
That's called passive aggressive for something that a lot of people do. A lot of white supremacist culture, a lot of deflecting, setting the tone, trying to take someone off. He trying to reach into Gaines's African emotion, I guess.
A bunch of
My name is
comments.
Jacob. What's your name?
Myron. Nice to meet you.
Sorry, one more time.
Myron. Nice to meet you.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll just kind of turn it to you because you were objecting to a lot of the things that I was saying. So I'll kind of let you.
No. You were setting him up for a lot of conversation, so I'll let you set me up for conversation.
Not getting to no points.
That's a lot of fucking foreplay with your face. Bro.
Yeah. So again,
Foreplay.
he made a bunch of accusations. He made a bunch of
This is a
claims
new
that weren't true.
New conversation.
Okay.
I'm doing the same thing you did to him. I'm going to interrupt you when he starts talking. Stop with the mental fucking the facial foreplay. Enough of that shit. I'm talking to you, Myron.
Okay. So
Myron.
give us your position then.
No.
Oh, you want my position? Okay.
No.
You're playing with his name and all that. Look, I don't rock with Myron either. He don't think we deserve reparations. I just think we need to focus on ourselves instead of just saying it's for all the people. We do everything for everyone. We can make that video for someone another time on that note. But yeah.
No, I'm asking you to stop with the facial foreplay. Talk to me like a human. I'm not over there. I'm right here.
Okay.
Set me up for your conversation.
Okay. So you interrupted a bunch of times before. I'm giving you the floor, but it's fine. I'll just go ahead and set it up.
Sure.
It's simple.
Sure.
America, we need to stop giving aid to Israel.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Under what term? Well, like under what terms?
A multitude of different terms. Maybe the fact that they're killing innocent kids every day.
Sure.
Maybe the fact that they make us look bad in the international community. We run cover for them at the UN. They're committing war crimes.
They definitely make us look horrible. Definitely. Anything they do. Trump literally said, Iran, stop the war. They didn't start anything. Okay? Using the same weapon of mass destruction excuse that Bush used. And there's a famous sniper that be on Vlad TV. He's like, all they found was chlorine bombs, in that whole war against terror. It's the same thing over again. And this is what divisiveness looks like to all those folks that are upset. All right. Yes, I know America was built on immigrants. Okay. Before Hintso, this world has countries. I think what's the oldest country now? France or something like. This is a new world, so you can't have an era in your mind thinking someone else is different. People died, which is why they say the golden rule is the man with the nickel-plated gun makes the rules. Okay. These illegal immigrants did not build the foundation of America, nor did they, think about all of the IDs that are being stolen. I am actually a victim of identity theft that is going on. So I know what it is to have your information out there. Very dangerous stuff that no one's talking about, or the child slavery and their own American-born nationals that are using their own people.
Prime ministers are currently wanted by the ICC.
Taking details, but I agree with you.
Okay. So that is my position, and I
Sure.
gave you a couple reasons why.
What's your position on other similar scenarios happening across the world? Can you voice? No. Again, stop with the
Bro,
facial foreplay.
look. I'm gonna make whatever face I want to make. Okay.
Yeah, because you're on
so
camera.
that's fine. I'm just asking you to go ahead and give me your actual position versus looking at my
you're
face.
setting up a
Like,
conversation.
let's talk
so I'm
about.
responding to your conversation.
Okay, interesting. So you don't have a position
What do you mean
anymore.
interesting. I'm answering a question. That's how a conversation goes. Ask a question.
See, he's trying to get a rise out of him. I've actually learned this from being in relationships. Sometimes people just do such ignorant things like this, you know. They don't want to be there or someone's upset.
You're not asking a question.
I'm telling you.
No,
There it is.
no, you're-
Israel's a threat to America.
What's your question?
Prove me wrong.
What's your question?
Israel's a threat to America. Prove me wrong.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Is there a threat in America for extremist Muslims? After 9/11, what was the community who stood up for the extremist Muslims in America? Was
Okay.
that not Jews? Do you
Okay.
feel that? Were you
Okay.
here? Were you here for that?
Okay.
No, Myron. Now I'm gonna interrupt you. Were you here for that? No, stop. I'm over here. Were you Myron? Sorry, I'm sorry.
Okay. So just so I
and again, my
understand
name's
this,
Jacob.
I want to make sure I have your position correct.
No.
So your
Yes, we're sure your name is Jacob.
position is
No.
You-
There's no positions. I asked you a question. Were you here during 9/11?
yes, I was.
Okay.
Jacob the liar.
Okay. And what community stood up for you during 9/11?
You know,
I was here during 9/11. I smelt the smoke across the Hudson River. My sisters and them saw it from their high school in the windows. In my middle school, the smoke had came over.
it's interesting that you say that on 9/11
Correct. Yeah.
because I don't know if you're aware of this.
I'm not asking you to look at.
No.
Curtis, was it?
Keep deflecting, you know, this is what they do in media. Keep you distracted. It's gonna work a little bit on Myron too. It's wild.
No. You told me your name before. It was pretty close. to
Hey,
that.
bro, he's been very respect. Like, there's no need to,
No,
he's been very respectful.
Okay,
so,
okay, I'm sorry.
so,
I'm sorry.
okay.
Let me stay into your
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So
on this
let's go ahead and talk about
public-
9/11 then. Let's talk about 9/11.
No,
I'd be happy to.
I asked you a question. Can you answer the question?
I'm going to answer it. You
Okay.
mentioned
What
where was I on
community-
9/11 and
No,
what?
no, Mike, so let me get the mic a little bit closer. I guess I'm not loud enough. What community stood? No, don't look at your phone. What kind of stupid shit is this?
Bro, we're live on stream, man. So just go ahead.
What community stood up for you? I'm like, this is a personal question.
Sure.
You can tell me any community. That's okay. What community stood up for you after 9/11?
Patriots stood up for America, not Israel.
No,
That's right. Patriots stood up for America. Also in the New York area, it wasn't as so much violence towards people who they thought looked Muslim. It was a lot of quietness in those subways. I was there even years after. It was just solemn, you know. Other states was wilding out. Other countries was wilding out. People in the islands think they know what they're talking about. You know, just so much ignorance. I actually was like 15 minutes away directly if you drove, you know, if there wasn't traffic or bridges to go through from New York, literally 15 minutes away.
no. I said for your community.
American patriots stood up.
American patriots
Stood
stood up
up.
for the Muslim.
Now he's trying to separate him from being American, and now he's saying the Muslim community. You should be clear what you're saying, Jake.
After 9/11.
Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about this.
Wait.
Are you aware of the
sure
fact-
about that?
Bro, can I please speak?
Are you
I
sure
heard your
about that?
position. You need to
No,
you had an
he
opportunity to
answered
talk on the
it.
mic. Please be
No.
quiet.
No, he answered.
You're
it.
welcome
He
to come.
answered it.
You're welcome to come on the mic.
But I'm gonna
after.
just throw a cap on my head, right?
Okay.
American patriots
yes.
stood up for
So let me
Muslims
talk
after
about 9/11. So are you aware of the fact that on
Do you know what the
9/11,
word
dude,
tequila
you
is?
gotta chill. You gotta chill. You
Okay,
gotta chill.
I
man.
gotta chill
All right?
on the
Yeah,
public
you gotta chill.
sidewalk.
Because I'm
Sorry, bro.
addressing your point on 9.
Jacob's a drunk Jew, and he's trying to cause a disruption with the mental train that Gaines is on.
9/11. Let me
Okay,
please say what I have to say.
Okay, the American patriots.
Because you're
This
making the
guy-
claim.
This guy with the
You're making
American
the claim.
flag on his arm.
You're
stood
making
up
the
for you
claim.
after
You're
9/11.
making the claim. You're making the claim that Muslims committed 9/11, and
No,
I would
no,
actually
no, I
agree with
didn't.
you on
No,
that.
no, no,
Muslim
no.
extremists did commit
Correct.
9/11.
And that's where
Now,
differentiation
let me go
needs
ahead
to
and continue.
occur. That's
Okay.
where differentiation.
Bro.
No. You did this to the last guy. You interrupted him. So now I'm going to do it to you.
No, you're not.
Differentiation needs to occur.
He's scared of what I'm gonna say. He's scared of what I'm gonna say. You are scared of what I'm about
He damn sure is scared. He just up there to cause confusion. That's what shaitans do.
to say. You are terrified of what I'm about to say.
Are you scared to hear
You
what
are
I have to
terrified of
say?
what I'm about to say.
So, like,
You know
how
you fucked up by
said-
bringing up 9/11, right?
Sure.
You know you fucked up by bringing that up. Because I'm
How?
literally going to embarrass you
because,
in front of thousands of people.
Who's the brother in the back with the shiesty mask? The fuck?
Dancing.
I'm going. Oh, yes, he knows.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
knows. He knows. He knows.
Sounds
So I'm
good.
going to need you to be quiet for about 60 seconds.
Sure.
On 9/11,
Shorty just told him he couldn't smoke back there behind Myron. He gave her the finger.
there were 5 Israelis
Who
caught in
flew
New
the
Jersey.
fucking plane into a building?
Okay,
What kind of stupid
buddy.
fucking-
See how he's jumping to the who flew the plane? You see, he's doing the obvious. We'll just put on the news. See, it's not just about y'all. You feel me? Illegals. I mean, I'm on what's right. You feel me? Right is right. Wrong is wrong. Trump is definitely wrong. You know what I mean? But you coming here to America illegally is also wrong. Manipulating the system, using people's identifications, not paying taxes, and draining us and inflating your own country. That is wrong. Okay?
You got to be quiet. You got to be quiet now.
Enslaving your children is wrong. Okay, Rosendo?
Okay? You got to be quiet. I'm going to respond to you now. And you know you fucked up. That's why you're trying to fucking obfuscate. It's very simple. On 9/11, and this isn't for you. This is for everybody else here that's listening. Let me tell you guys the truth about 9/11. Okay? Yo, you got to back off.
Look, this is what Shaitan do. One truth, 1,000 lies. He said, who flew the plane? And then he's just deflecting.
You got to back off. You got to back up, buddy. You got to back up. You got to back up. All right? You got to back up. You got to back up.
Look at little evil Jewish harlots over there laughing.
Oh, God damn.
All right.
The Conor
It's on the
McGregor.
Epstein files.
The Conor McGregor. You
Okay, since he couldn't, so let me go ahead and let me educate the rest of you guys here. Let me go through this, okay?
You've been
So-
in Gaza? You've been in Gaza before? You know what you're talking about? You've been in Gaza? Oh, you're so... Oh, look at you laughing.
This is fucking gold.
Oh,
This
you're
is gold.
laughing.
Yo, this is real life Jewish
Oh, look at
censorship.
you
This is real
laughing.
life.
It's definitely Jewish censorship. You keep cutting him off. Why won't you let him talk? What are you hiding?
Fucking Jewish censorship. This
She looked like a shiny faced monkey too, by the way. Just saying.
is awesome.
Doing
I
that.
love it.
This is the difference between... You love it because you don't know nothing?
No, because this is what you guys do.
How is being so...
All right. All right. Yo, you had the opportunity to get on the mic.
I know, but
Let me give my position and you guys can. All right. So anyway, this is fantastic. So this is what happened on 9/11, guys.
Smiling,
This is what happened on 9/11.
You know what to
She's
do.
still, bro, this is crazy. So anyway, let me finish my point, ladies.
She need to put her hair over them damn ears. I know she could hear him talking.
So this is what happened.
tell her to move.
Yo, get a fucking panda to crowd of shit, bro. Like
So-
this is wild.
So I want to...
So on 9/11,
No, I want to ask you something. Do you know what a bomb
Still cutting them off.
shelter is? Have you run to a bomb shelter every 5 fucking minutes? I'm from Israel. I know what's to live under attack, under a bomb shelters every 5 minutes. You're
You from Israel, you chilling in America. Can a Palestinian just fly from Gaza and complain to Myron Gaines?
smiling here, sitting like a king, like you think more Coca-Cola, more Coca than Israel.
Person at a time.
okay. Let me address that. So you mentioned the bomb shelters. So they mentioned the bomb shelters. So I like the fact that you mentioned the bomb shelters. Guess what? The kids that you kill every day don't have bomb shelters. So I don't want to hear anything from you motherfuckers.
It's probably the only time you're gonna hear me agreeing with this brother right here. He's from the Sudan. I think he's a Sudanese Jew, which is interesting.
Don't.
The kids that you guys kill every day, the children you guys kill every day, don't have bomb shelters. You have bomb shelters.
You see how they go? "Nyeh, nyeh, nyeh, nyeh." They don't care. They don't care. They don't have no heart. Like the other day, I was just talking to this lady that she's the child of a Lebanese and a Cuban person, and she always lets all this racial stuff goes off on her panel until somebody comes at her, and then this turns everyone against that person. You know, she said that Tulsa never happened. I cursed her out. I'm like, you always looking for black dudes. You over here doing meth And I mean, on one of these apps. You know what I mean, you think you're gonna find you a regular dude and wondering why you got weirdos, like you're a tweaker, like, you know what I mean? Stop. You feel me? The truth hurts people. You know what I mean? She literally laughed at Tulsa and said conspiracy theories. I guess you would know because, you know, a lot of people that are born here don't really care about what happened. They don't care what excuses. And now all these Latinos is in my comments talking about, you know, discrimination and all this and that. Where was that before when we was telling y'all that shit? Y'all was like, oh, no. Yeah. So the fuck?
Innocent children, you are murderers. You are murderers. You are murderers from a genocidal apartheid state. You are crying about having bomb shelters to run to while Palestinian kids get killed every day. Hundreds of kids every day. You are low IQ. So
you are low IQ. I'm gonna use that and just not talk with people because when you argue with a fool, both of you look like idiots.
at least you have a bomb shelter. At least you have a bomb shelter. At least you have a bomb shelter. The reason why you have a bomb shelter is because you bomb everyone all across the Middle East. You have the bomb shelters because there's retaliation for your war crimes. You guys kill 300,000 Palestinians are dead. 300,000. 300,000 are dead or missing. 300. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. 300,000 are dead or missing. Look at this guy coming in. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and explain 9/11 for you
Still ain't get a chance to talk about 911.
guys because they're once I start talking about, they don't want you guys
This is their cabal right here. Look at this. They do it. They know. They know they evil, bro.
to know this. What I'm about to say, they don't want you guys to know this.
Like I'm honestly really not even believing in nations no more. You feel me? You either with the creator or you not. Like for real. And selfish gains is a demonic entity as well, which is why the 5-point star, like on the Moroccan flag, is intellect above your senses or your feelings of the physical mind over matter. You feel me? The mental over the material. Inverted is the opposite.
We are witnessing real
People that just want to live for the pursuit of happiness and desire or their peace. You find peace in the next life. You can find it here, but you can't just say, I just want my peace. I hear that excuse with a lot of modern day women. Your peace really means you controlling everything. The matrix, the matter, the material, the mother earth, you are the physical. You know what I'm saying? This is why men don't really have a lot that they can be careless upon. You feel me? Another person, would say that people like that women and children have an excuse. A man does not. You got to be sharp. You got to be profound. Words of Nipsey Hussle. A man cannot be careless.
time censorship. We are experiencing real-time Zionist censorship. I have one guy in the back, two girls, didn't want to say shit once 9/11 came on. Now they're fucking going crazy. This is awesome. This is fucking awesome. This is the truth that they've been suppressing from you guys for fucking decades. Look at this.
Make some space. I need this open now. Open up the middle.
Oy vey, shut it down. Anyway,
Oy vey.
so you guys want to hear about 9/11? Guys, go ahead. Y'all want to hear? We need to get louder. Y'all want to hear about 9/11, the truth?
Yes, bro. Love how you building it up. But thank you for this information. Iago face that.
There's a reason they kept
Zazu from Lion King knows that.
coming on the mic trying to stop me from saying it. There's a reason why. So one more time.
We got to do it with a Dominican flag on. You know what Dominicans do to Haitians? I personally don't think Haitians should be getting taken out. You feel me? That's another story. But is that a Dominican flag? Dominicans won't cry about being expedited. Y'all treat Haitians like shit. Wallahi.
If you guys want to hear about what the fuck really went down on 9/11, give me a fuck yeah. All right, let's fucking go. There's a reason why they've been jumping on the fucking mic whenever I talk about this topic. Here's the reality about 9/11. I do not dispute the fact that Muslim extremists committed 9/11, but what they won't tell you is that Israelis let it happen.
I agree as well. Those are extremists within a cabal.
This is the part of history that they don't want you guys to know. On September 11, 2001, 5 Israelis drove up to the top of an apartment complex in New Jersey. They were there taking pictures, celebrating, and flicking lighters as we were going through the worst terrorist attack in American history. When the towers hit, look, she's running to the microphone to stop me from telling you guys this. Okay?
I'm
So
sorry to cut
anyway-
you up. I'm sorry to cut you
No,
up.
no, bro, what?
I'm just here so
No.
I don't get fined.
Yeah, bro. Anyway, back to what I was saying.
Another person cutting them off? Like, what the?
So on September 11th, 5 Israelis were on the top of an apartment building complex in New Jersey overlooking the Manhattan skyline. The planes hit. They were there roughly 20 to 30 minutes before the planes were hit. A woman that was very astute saw these 5 individuals dancing and celebrating as the towers were on fire. She called the police and gave a bolo on what the van looked like that they were in. It was an urban moving systems van. So they went ahead and called, and the cops put a bullet, be on the lookout for this van. So they went ahead and pulled this van over, the local cops, and they identified 5 individuals. As he was pulling them over, one of the guys came out and said, "We're not Palestinians. We're Israelis. We're your friends." And then on top of that, you need to be quiet in the back, bro. So anyway, we're not Palestinians. We're Israelis.
Look at them. They mad. Look at them. I ain't gonna lie. My mother, shout out to you, brilliant mind. She used to go work over there in that area. My mother, she a doctor, pharmaceuticals, all that. She used to go over there. Thank God that day something happened. She couldn't make it to work, or there's too much traffic or something like that. She was stuck in Connecticut or something, and I was in Jersey. And she told me, she was like, yeah, there were Jewish people from that World Trade Center that they all got messages told them to not work that day. Facts.
So the cops, suspicious, call the FBI. The FBI comes on the scene, takes them to detention, interviews them. 2 of the individuals in that group had ties back to Israeli intelligence, Mossad, Unit 8200, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, as they were interviewing these individuals, they failed the polygraph test, and 2 of them came back with record checks. So they went ahead and said, okay, these guys work for this moving company. The FBI executed a search warrant at the headquarters for Urban Moving Systems. What they found shocked them. They found a bunch of hard drives, computers that isn't really indicative of a moving company. Kind of strange, isn't it?
This is why I do love social media. I'm starting to get into it, is because people are starting to realize that anyone can put out any kind of news. People are starting to realize that there are different viewpoints. There's things that are withheld. It's the best thing about social media. You can put that information out. You feel me?
And then they found out that the person that owned that moving system company was a guy named Dominic Suter. The FBI contacted him asking to question him.
I love that Monster Energy commercial right there. Program. Nothing's done, not on purpose. He got the 666 right there.
Ran to Israel the next day. What they found was he was backed and paid for by Israeli intelligence. Those people had foreknowledge of the attack, and they spent roughly 70 days in immigration confinement. They were deported from the United States under Mike Chertoff, whose mother used to serve for the Mossad, and he's a hardcore Zionist. So let me get this straight. 5 Israelis were caught with pre-knowledge of the worst terrorist attack in American history. They got put in immigration custody for 70 days and then deported back to Israel. If they were Muslims or Arabs, you guys think they would have been deported?
Look, he on the phone talking to his peoples right now. Look at him. You see that his chain. You see his chain piece. Look at her. She is mad. And this is facts right here. Feel me? Be careful out there, Myron.
No, they'd be in fucking Guantanamo Bay right now to this day. So the reality is these individuals deported, but it gets better. Not only were they deported, they went on a talk show in Israel. This goes to show the hubris of the Israelis. They asked them, why were you out there that day? They said, we were there to document an event so that everyone can see how Israelis feel. Remember that stupid woman that was talking about the bomb shelter? She wants all of you to fucking feel that too. Meanwhile, the Palestinians don't even have the ability to have a bomb shelter. They die. Privilege is invisible to those that haven't. Quite frankly, the Israelis don't deserve the privilege they get with our fucking tax dollars. Now, with that said, let me ask you this. Our greatest ally was there at our worst day and had foreknowledge about it and allowed it to happen. This has all been declassified.
They say Israel's our greatest ally. What have we got from them? And they let 9/11 happen. They had privy to information.
FBI reports, and they were deported after the fact and admitted on Israeli television they had foreknowledge. It gets even better.
They went home and went on TV. Look at Myron face.
Who bought the World Trade Center? A guy named Larry fucking Silverstein. About a month and a half before the towers were hit, he took out a very strange and unorthodox insurance policy that covered.
That's a fact. He sure did. Not too much before it happened. That's a fact.
For terrorism. Then what ended up happening was after 9/11, he was able to get the biggest insurance fucking buyout ever. This guy, Larry Silverstein, close friends with who? Benjamin Netanyahu, the current prime minister of Israel. They talk every day. Now, here's the thing I also want to ask you guys. There was a memo released back in 1996 called the Clean Break Memo. In that memorandum, and this is all declassified, you can look at it. There's a reason why they're clapping. They don't want you guys to hear this. Look, yep, they started again. They don't want you guys to hear this. So anyway.
Look, he called his homeboy over there to try to mess up his message again. I wonder what city that is.
Where was I here? What was I chat again? Where was I, guys? I was on the.
See, it's working. The same thing is done in media. You feel me? I remember the movie Bamboozle came out. It was talking about real issues within America, within the black community. Then around that same time, Bedazzle came out. Everybody went to go see Bedazzle.
Netanyahu, best friends with Larry Silverstein. Gets the biggest buyout ever. Man, there's just so much crap I'm trying to remember because it's like, it's wild that no one knows this stuff, man. So he takes out this insurance policy. The towers are hit. He gets the biggest fucking payout ever. And it's also interesting because Building 7 just goes down randomly. What the fuck? Everyone, I interviewed.
Word. And then let's not forget the attack on the Pentagon.
Richard Gage and multiple other engineers. They all conclude that it was controlled demolition. Now, are you guys really ready for the crazy part that no one ever talks about? I need to hear a fuck yeah if you guys want to hear the part that no one talks about that's really going to fucking piss them off. All right. It gets better. There was a ring of Israelis that were caught in a document benefit fraud investigation by the FBI out in Tennessee. These individuals were arrested for having fake documents. And before they went to trial, a DMV employee that was giving them the fake documents was mysteriously killed in a fiery car crash. They went ahead and identified these individuals, and a few of them had been at the World Trade Center prior to the bombing, and they had no permits to be there by the Port Authority, the ones that are responsible for allowing people to do work in there. They were there to do sprinkler fixes. So let me figure this out. A building that had a bunch of asbestos that was no longer rentable. These guys are over there doing sprinkler maintenance? No, they were there to put fucking bombs and do a controlled demolition. Every engineer, 1,000 plus, have come together and said, yo, this is a controlled demolition. This would not happen from a plane hitting. So again, we got.
I knew that when I was in middle school on how it fell down. Like, people are so, it's not even ignorant. Like, they're so wicked, self-deluded, convoluted. It's like me telling people about racism, and then they only believe it when Trump first gets into office. All these people been out here with their flags. Feel me? It's like me talking about, oh, discrimination. Now all the Latinos want to be like, we need to stand juntos. Nah, fuck out of here. I got my own shit to worry about.
Got a billionaire tycoon that bought the World Trade Center, takes out an unorthodox terrorism insurance policy a month and a half before the towers are hit. We have 5 Israelis that are tied to intelligence dancing and celebrating the attack. And then they admit that they had foreknowledge. Then on top of that, we got another ring of Israelis that were caught in the Midwest somewhere in a fake document benefit fraud case that were in the towers months before it was hit doing sprinkler maintenance. I think anyone with a little bit of common sense would question the fact that our greatest ally might not be our greatest ally. And there's some links here that are very problematic. Because I'll tell you guys this, if any Arab country was in this situation, the way Israel is with 9/11.
They'll demolish them, their kids, their wives, their camels and goats.
We would bomb them to fucking hell. And this is just one of the ways that our greatest ally has deceived us.
That monster got his eyes open, boy.
And that is what they've been trying to keep you guys from hearing. So the bottom line is this, for those of you that are just getting here. Israeli intelligence had foreknowledge of the 9/11 attacks and did nothing to stop it. And on top of that, they allowed it to happen and celebrated it when it happened. And when questioned about it, they admitted they knew it was going to happen. And the person that ran the intelligence operation ran back to Israel, guy named Dominic Suter. All of these documents are declassified, and you guys can look them up. Larry Silverstein. Oh, clean break memo. I forgot about this. So the clean break memo, guys, written back in 1996 for Netanyahu. In this paper, they describe all the countries in the Middle East that they want to destabilize. Guess which country is left? Every other country has been destroyed by Israel. The last one left is Iran.
That's crazy. Every other country is destroyed. The last little Muslim whoop that they're not really, penetrated is Iran. And then who bombed them first again? Netanyahu.
So this has been in the make since 1996, guys, and it gets better. The people that wrote that paper,
Been in the mix since 1996. Okay, got some bars, bruh.
the clean break memo, were Jewish neocons. Richard Pearl, Douglas Fife, and many others wrote this paper. That was the paper that got us involved in the Iraq war. Saddam Hussein had absolutely nothing to do with 9/11, but we attacked Iraq under the premise of weapons of mass destruction. Sounds familiar? It's the same exact bullshit excuse we used to bomb Iran, that they have nuclear weapons. We're seeing history repeat itself, and I'm here to stop it. So if anybody has a disagreement with everything that I said, which is 100% factual, you can look it up. There's a reason why they've been screaming the whole time as I've been telling you guys this. This is what's been suppressed off the internet for decades. God bless America and God bless the First Amendment so you guys can hear this. Thank you, brother. Thank you. America first? No, fuck that. America only. No.
Can we start on that? America only, right? That's what I'm gonna say to the government. And as black people first. Okay? I know you still got the big mama heart, but nobody cares about you for real. Nobody fights for you for real. Then nobody comes out in the open for us. Like, what is y'all own? No, we not fucking with Trump. But we need to work on us. Stop going for all these causes. We was here. All right? Only other person that should be saying some shit is the Red Indians.
More aid to Israel, who participates in terrorist attacks and has foreknowledge and allows us to be attacked. Fuck Israel. They're an apartheid ethno state. They're parasitic in nature and drags us into foreign wars. No more American blood spilled for a foreign nation in the Middle East. There's no fucking reason why Americans should be dying thousands of miles away from their family in a foreign country that they have no business being in the fucking first place. The reason why the Middle East hates us is because of our interventionist foreign policy that kills innocent kids. But these Israelis want you guys to keep taking your tax dollars and fund their fucking genocide. That is why they yell as I tell you guys this information. This is why they say, I'm Israel Jai, as I tell you guys the truth. They don't want the fucking truth. Because if Americans knew what I just told you guys, no one would support Israel.
That's a damn fact. And this brother actually worked for the government. I don't know if it was Department of Defense, Immigration, or Homeland Security. I think it might have been Immigration or something like that. But he's actually an American agent.
Nobody. They are not our greatest ally. I'm happy to discuss with anyone. The mic's open.
How you doing?
What's up, brother?
I wanted to add one more thing.
Please.
Are you familiar with Ace Elevator Company?
Go, take it away.
Yeah, so Ace Elevator Company. This was a elevator company that had never had any prior work on elevators ever, and they somehow won the contract.
Hold on. Before you go into this.
Yeah.
Groiper, right?
Sorry?
Groiper, right?
I'm not. No.
You're not Groiper?
No.
Come on, man. All right.
I give a couple. I mean, no. So what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Ace
Shout out to Nick
Elevator
Fuentes.
Company. They replaced the original company that had worked on these elevators at the Twin Towers for decades, or everywhere for decades. They had tons of experience. Ace Elevator Company had zero experience at all. They somehow won this contract for the biggest elevator renovation in human history. So they got this.
That's crazy. The biggest elevator renovation. I wonder who owned that.
Which means they had access to the main elevator shaft, which is exactly where you would need to have access to if you wanted to hypothetically put some explosives in there. So
and let me ask
that was in the months leading up to it.
Why would they invest that amount of money in buildings that have a huge asbestos problem that will cost billions of dollars to fix? Interesting, right?
It's very true. Yeah. No, there was zero reason. Yeah. And apparently there was one of the workers at the building said that before any planes had hit, he saw a coworker running out from under the building on fire. So obviously some sort of explosive went off. That's all I wanted to add. I just wanted to add that on there.
That's crazy.
No worries. So now that we got that all out there, any of the Israelis that disagree that we're yelling from the side, you're welcome to give me your position, and I won't interrupt you. I'll actually let you give your position, and you can refute anything that I said. Thank you, bro. Got me a gift?
Let's see what the gift is. Is it? Show it on stream.
That was interesting right there. That was real interesting right there. Myron Gaines for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. On our next story, we're going to talk about Agent Orange and his issues that he's going through with. Got some sexual allegations once again. And, let's just check it out. This is 5 days ago, but now we want something, the one that's new. Is there a new one?
That some said he would never have over anything. Well, here it is. And Trump is flailing and failing, really, to quiet the Epstein story. MAGA, pundits, influencers, Fox veterans, people with large followings are revolting. They are not going along with Trump's demands that something he and his allies pumped and fed forever should suddenly go away because it's inconvenient for them. Now both Trump and Mike Johnson are throwing this hot potato, though, and trying to get it back on the desk of the Attorney General.
It's going to be up to her. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release.
I'm for transparency. We should put everything out there and let the people decide. She needs to come forward and explain that to everybody.
You can see the talking point forming as if this is all only up to an attorney general. And she did stoke interest in this. But Donald Trump himself long claimed that he would release this. And given the other controversial ways he's reached into the DOJ to.
And once again, to all the people that think I'm MAGA, fuck you. You just mad because you voted your aunties out. I've been knew Agent Orange wasn't shit since the Central Park 5. Do you know who the Central Park 5 is? No, because you probably was saying that those little mayates did that to that woman. That's why you don't know. All right, let's continue.
Get things done. Obviously, he could order more evidence out right now. He's not doing that. He's blaming his own employee. She now has been forced to speak out.
Today, our memo speaks for itself, and we'll get back to you on anything else.
We'll get back to you. That may not do it for the MAGA fury. House Republicans, meanwhile, have been dragged into looking like they're defending the lack of transparency because Democrats did jump on this issue and push forward an idea where Congress would try to get involved in having more released, and Republicans blocked that.
The amendment is not agreed to, and I think most of us believe what's appropriate will be released when it is time for the president to release it.
You'll notice even the Republicans in Congress are aware it's up to President Trump to make this call, not just his AG. But his AG is overseeing this effort, which is poorly timed, at least for the Fuhrer facing the White House, because this is, of course, one of the key co-conspirators, Jeffrey Epstein confidant, Ghislaine Maxwell. She's already been convicted. She's in prison. But the DOJ is trying to get the Supreme Court to reject hearing an appeal of her case, which, of course, could involve other information or disclosure. So again, the DOJ, while it's common for them to defend their convictions and not want another layer of review, this also runs right into Trump's big problem. The MAGA anger is only getting louder.
We're all on stage demanding the release of the Epstein client list.
Either Pam Bondi is royally screwed up. I mean, she has. That's not.
Yeah, they're saying that Trump is on the client list. You feel me? A lot of people was on there. You know what I mean? And they also saying that he helped them out, hooked them up with some charges to get him out, which he probably did. You know what I mean? Allegedly. Most definitely. These are monsters. Like I said, we need to put Black first, Black America first. So we got our own problems. And yes, we got to go against the machine. We got to vote on what is going to be best for us. You can't just go, oh, I'm going to go all the way blue. Oh, I'm going to go all the way red. Nobody give a fuck about you. We need to realize that even if we're not our own friends, be your own friend to your family, to your children. You got somebody. Like, let's stop shaming our own people. Feel me? Everybody's family wasn't fucked up. I personally feel like kids from the projects and that was on food stamps and shit was spoiled as fuck. They knew they was gonna get an income every month, new shoes, Christmas gift, all that. You feel me? I'm in a house with 7 kids, a grandma, stepmom, and my dad. I'm the youngest. 2-bedroom apartment. Nobody want to go on EBT because they said when you get on that, you're gonna want to do it all your life. I'll tell you one thing. When I went to California, I damn sure when I went on EBT, it definitely helped. But some people just like that though. I didn't have that upbringing. My parents wasn't on crack. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no crazy childhood like that. Everybody's not like that. Everybody's not a victim to that. It just so happens a lot of them just be Muslims that's like me.
Dispute. She's royally screwed up. And the president is just forgiving her.
Pam Bondi needs to go at a minimum.
It is Trump and it is his advisors that have gone with this narrative of him just saying, forget about it, move along.
She's lying either way.
This is the number one motivating issue for the base.
There is something there, and it's being covered up, and the president blessed it.
If that base feels like you're betraying them or not telling them the truth, then they're not going to like that.
We are not falling to Jedi mind tricks and gaslighting.
That's just a sampling of a heck of a lot of people who've suddenly decided that while they've long supported Donald Trump and defended almost everything he's said and done in public, suddenly now they're concerned that Donald Trump is lying. They don't like that the government doesn't seem accountable, and they certainly don't appreciate and aren't responding to Trump telling.
Let it all crumble, my nigga. Let it crumble, my nigga. Yes. Oh, man, the chicken's coming home to roost.
Telling them to just be quiet. Now, that is part of where this anger is going. We're also seeing how bothered Trump is because we've talked before about his approach to PR and reaching out online and digitally because the world of politics has continued to change as the world's communication structure changes. Well, there's reports that he personally reached out to Charlie Kirk trying to quiet the criticism. Now, this
That boy got a stop sign head, don't he? God damn, what's up with that half a fucking hairline you got right there? I'm gonna get mine done today. I don't worry about me now.
podcaster says he's done talking about Epstein because of the call.
Honestly, I'm done talking about Epstein for the time being.
As conservative influencers were eating their own about Epstein.
Even though there are unanswered questions about Epstein, it is in fact time to move on.
There's a shitload of Democratic, Congress, politicians that's on that list as well. Rest in peace, Kill from 5'9" Brims in San Diego. He was real big on this, talking about the Epstein, a lot of that. Trump ain't the only one. Red and blue.
I'm going to trust my friends in the government to do what needs to be done, solve it, balls in their hands.
Just trust the government, even when they tell you the conspiracy theory that they were long going to crack and solve is now something they're just going to defend and tell you to look the other way on. So you can see just some of how this is playing out in real time. As for the quieting of the story, Fox News is changing gears. You can see the comparison here, playing up outdated old sort of Biden references rather than the current Epstein controversy or the new Trump DOJ memo. In the larger culture, the story has stuck. Take a look.
In a landmark move toward accountability and justice, the state of California is now facing a federal lawsuit seeking justice for women.
You can't take this away from your base. That is MAGA's favorite conspiracy. What are we going to find out next? That immigrants aren't eating cats?
Trump brings up Hunter Biden's laptop as a reminder for all of us not to dwell on old conspiracy theories.
Also, are you really to believe anyone in the world could have the Epstein file on their desk and not immediately take a peek? I mean, who has that kind of restraint? Here's the list of everyone who went to Epstein Island. Well, sadly, it's 5 p.m., so...
The jokes land because everyone's heard about this. The hypocrisy sticks because even your favorite MAGA...
It is not a democracy. It is a hypocrisy. And all y'all used to be along with it. You know what I mean? Before Trump, it was so much delusion. Now we got to be together. Now we got to fight the system. Now it's for all peoples. Now we about to have a new world order. Nah, fuck y'all. Like, for real. We still never had a black president.
A friend or uncle or old colleague who's pure MAGA has heard what I just mentioned. There is the view of the broken vow. We can play it for you coming up tonight. Donald Trump saying he would do exactly the opposite of what he's now doing. There's the concern that he's lying, which we've seen on many issues, but on this one, MAGA seems to care. And there's the larger question of what happens if you pop the bubble and realize there is an external reality and that there are broken vows and that the government, even if you are very conservative and like some other parts of this administration's agenda, the government is to be held to account in this country. For we are a democracy with accountability, a nation of laws and a free press. Shout out to all the podcasters speaking their mind under the protection and power of the First Amendment, something this administration has also challenged when it finds disagreement. So is there a larger breakthrough here?
So I think it's interesting that clip you just played about Lara Trump, because Lara Trump, there's a lot of talk that she wants to run for the Senate in North Carolina. Remember, Donald Trump isn't running for re-election yet, but Lara Trump is. So you see the way she's dealing with this story, saying more will be revealed. You know, there'll definitely be more. And what we see is this is her way of trying to spin this. I mean, look.
Definitely trying to spin it. They definitely full of shit and they definitely evil. And this is who y'all thought was y'all friends. Y'all thought y'all was white. Y'all thought that y'all was going to get black people out. Y'all thought that, you know, y'all was Republican. You know, now look what's going on right here. You know what I mean? This is what you get. Chickens coming home to roost. This is exactly what you get. Let's get another clip of this Trump situation.
Tuesday's report about the president's alleged birthday message. President Trump has filed a $10 billion defamation lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal, Rupert Murdoch, and others over Thursday's report about the president's alleged birthday message that he sent to Jeffrey Epstein in 2003. In the lawsuit, President Trump alleges that the journal falsely claimed that he authored, drew, and signed a letter to Epstein containing salacious language within a hand-drawn naked woman, which was created with a heavy marker.
Yeah. That's wild.
And that no authentic letter or drawing exists. In response to the lawsuit, Dow Jones, the parent company of the Wall Street Journal, saying in a statement they have full confidence in the rigor and accuracy of our reporting and will vigorously defend against any lawsuit. ABC News has not confirmed the existence of the letter. Meanwhile, President Trump made clear on social media that he asked the Justice Department to release all grand jury testimony related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, pending court approval. The Justice Department has officially asked the court to unseal those grand jury transcripts, acknowledging in its filing that their request followed significant public interest ever since they released that memo almost 2 weeks ago, saying a review found no evidence that Epstein kept a client list. Part of President Trump's base erupted, given some supporters have embraced various Epstein conspiracies. The president, in a social media post this morning, criticizing those calling for the release, labeling them as troublemakers and radical left lunatics, and claimed that they would never be satisfied regarding
Troublemakers is crazy. That's what they say when I come in the building, because they know that I'm going to be quiet, right? Real quiet. I'm taking mental notes of everything. You heard? And I'm going to find every chink in your chain to dismantle you. Now, I have grown over the years to figure out to calm myself down and not to react so fast in my coming of manhood. You feel me? But I'm definitely a troublemaker. I'm going to point out what's what, and you're going to be mad off the truth. Off the bone!
regardless of what is revealed. The legal process could take weeks or even months and would not fulfill his team's promise to release the full
Oh, and then, hold up. J. Edgar Hoover.
on Epstein.
Here's the problem. The grand jury testimony is largely about Epstein and Maxwell, not about all the rich and powerful men who abused, assaulted, and abandoned young women. Those people are still being protected.
The president says there
That's right. That's right. Get him, Mr. Gupta.
is no smoking gun inside those unreleased FBI case files. Selena Wang, ABC News, Washington.
If it's no smoking gun, Then why you ain't letting us see none?
Back out live there to
You feel me?
back out live there to New York City. You see there the Statue of Liberty in our continuing coverage of the Jeffrey Epstein saga. Obviously, it all started there in New York City, and this, as President Trump and Attorney General Pam Bondi have asked some of these judges in New York City courtrooms to unseal some of this grand jury testimony. We'll see whether or not they're successful in that effort here. But our colleagues there at Fox 5 in New York, they're also covering this story, including our friend there, Linda Schmidt. She joins me. Linda, thanks for being with us here. This has been very fast moving over the last 24 hours here. What more do we need to know?
Well, first of all, there has been so much public outcry about this that public outcry has forced the president to shift directions. Now, not only has the public outcry come from his base is very disappointed in the way his administration has been handling this case. In addition to that, members of Congress, including Republicans, are very upset with the president here. Primarily what everybody wants to see, they want to see Jeffrey Epstein's client list. If that client list really exists, they want to see it. They want to see the names of the powerful, wealthy men on that list.
Everyone needs to be exposed on that list, or even who visited that island. These, let's just call them Northerners or Caucasians, they've been doing this for centuries. Literally, the Dominican Republic was a sex island, and it still holds prevalent in the Latin community over sexuality. The different breeding farms, all these things have all been hidden. Okay, these devils have been sexual deviants forever. And what's sad is the American culture, people in America and Black Americans have adapted this heritage of demonic behavior.
Yes, that he was sex trafficking young girls to. Now go ahead, take a look at this video here. In the meantime, Attorney
How many countries he been through? He definitely was. A lot of these people that they be all acting hard and gangster, and these white folks be going out to y'all countries and smacking on the women and the men. It's sad.
General Pam Bondi says that she is seeking court permission today. She has not done it yet, but she is doing it. That's what she said, and she will be asked.
She ain't doing it. That's a nervous white lady right there, boy. She is nervous. She ain't do it. Y'all ain't do it yet, huh? Y'all ain't do it yet. Yeah, I bet. That's crazy. Hold up, we got this one last one on this Agent Orange situation, and it's wild because they saying I'm gonna let y'all see, but even with T Grizzly, now there's allegations with him and his auntie, and she got murked. I'm telling you, you got money, ain't too much. Ain't nothing not gonna. Oh, you feel me? Like it's wild.
And this is interesting, with intimate knowledge of the very jail cell Epstein died in. Michael Francis, he was a capo for the Colombo crime family in the 1980s. He served time in the exact cell where Epstein was later held. Michael, welcome back to the program. Tell us.
Look at this bastard. He's a fucking devil too.
About that cell, and what do you make of these revelations that there is a minute missing from the surveillance video, Michael?
Well, listen, I spent 7 months on that tier and in those cells. And the first thing I have to say, there's no way you are able to commit suicide. There's just no way. There's no way to hang yourself. There's nothing from the ceiling. There's nothing from the bed. You'd have to be a midget and work really hard to try to hang yourself. And I don't think you can accomplish it at that point. As far as the cameras being off, I haven't experienced that. I did 8 years in prison, and I haven't experienced cameras being broken in the perfect storm of correctional officers not walking those cells. They walk in and they look in on you all the time. As a matter of fact, sometimes it's embarrassing to go to the toilet because they're walking past you and looking in the cell constantly. So I've said this from day one. I do not believe it was suicide. I can't talk about what happened to him, but I don't believe it was a suicide because you just couldn't physically do it. It's
like 2 minutes lapse from that. That don't happen, bro. And we know how all these people's getting phones, weapons, drugs. Is not just through no visits. Feel me? It's not just through no keistering, putting stuff up there, whoop whoops. You feel me? It's It's the people's.
It would be almost impossible to do it. So that's number one. You know,
It must be
and I gotta
interesting,
tell-
Michael. When you look at the video, though, it must be interesting because you know the area. I mean, we all look at this and it just looks like a prison, but this must look very familiar to you.
Absolutely, very familiar. You know, and the fact that a minute is missing. You know, look, everything around this guy. I just did a very deep dive into him, which I'll be releasing on my platform.
Pause. Just a deep dive into Epstein. Go ahead, plug your platform, you fucking devil.
The next several days. You know, look, there's no way that this person operated alone. You know, look, they have the videos. Alan Dershowitz recently said that he saw the client list, but because there's people that he know, he can't, because he's an attorney, he can't, you know, reveal what he saw. But he said he saw the client list. He's demanding that it be released. You know, to think that there's no flight.
Yeah, there's some people on that motherfucker. Remember me tell you that, and y'all gonna be surprised. I believe both sides are trying to keep that thing under wraps. You feel me?
Logs, that there's no client list.
Look at him, straight creep. That shit on his lip got some shit on his lip too.
That the thousands of recordings that they had, because I found out for sure.
Look at this pompous devil right here.
That he had cameras on every bedroom, recording everything, and all of a sudden, all of it is gone. I mean, none of this makes sense. And look, the only reason it's important, it's not that anybody's trying to say, come on, this guy was a creep. And there was young women involved in this, young girls that were trafficked and abused.
Just like young girls are trafficked and abused that are coming here illegally. See the coincidence? Not a coincidence, they coincide. Okay?
I have 5 daughters and I have granddaughters, and I just don't like it. And anybody that's involved in this should be held accountable. I recently interviewed.
I'm going to stop. Having my daughter made me want to stop the foolishness that was going on in the streets.
Paul Hutchinson, who was, you know, a major figure in the Sound of Freedom. He was one of the ones that went to rescue, I think, 51 or 52 of these young girls and young boys that were being exploited and trafficked. I mean, this has got to stop. And if these people are not held accountable, it's just going to continue. And unfortunately, it seems like it's people with power and money. It seems that, you know, from what my investigation, you know, that this Les Wexner was the first one that.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, you know, you ain't snitch on no mafia, but go ahead, snitch on, you know, who the mafia worked for. You know what I mean? Hey, either way, I'm happy. Let these devils be seen. Like I said, I'm glad. You feel me? I don't fuck with Trump, but I'm glad he in office. All this is going on. Only because the simple fact people need to see this shit. If he was never elected, he wouldn't be knowing none of this. You heard? He'd just be a sourpuss somewhere.
Epstein was able to bribe. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff here that needs to come out, and it's really shameful if it doesn't. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
But as far as the jail cell,
We only
no
have,
way there was a
we only
source.
have. Yeah, I want to go back to the jail cell because you have. I mean, you lived in that jail cell. And just real quick, again, tell me, would you have the privacy in that jail cell to take your own life?
Not only would you not have the privacy, I don't understand how you would be able to do it. You have to hang yourself from something. There's nothing on the ceiling that you can hang a bed sheet on. The bed is not that high. I mean, you have to try to lay down on the floor in some way because Jeffrey Epstein was a fairly big guy. You'd have to be a midget to even try to hang yourself. So it's not a question of not only are there cameras on are the COs walking the tier constantly, especially from what I understand, Jeffrey Epstein was on suicide watch for a while. They watch you very, very closely.
They most definitely watch you very, very close, 24/7, and they put you in a turtle suit. The turtle suit and be like this, the green whoop. You feel me? The turtle suit. Y'all know what the turtle suit is.
Trust me on that. So I just can't buy it. I cannot buy it. I'm sorry. And I have no horse in this race other than my.
Me neither. I'm just waiting for it all to crumble down. You heard? Then everybody gonna know that Islam is the way. Not these crazy ass extremists from these countries that don't do shit about Palestine or speak out against Israel. No.
Experience and the fact that I just couldn't see it happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming on tonight, Mike.
We appreciate you. But yeah, man, it's some wild shit. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. I know y'all ain't here now, but y'all will be. You heard? Thank you again for stopping by the block on Freedom Boulevard. Ah, man, it's a lot going on in the world. Oh, wait, nah. We ain't closing out, but let's have a brief intermission while I put together the clips for the weather that's going on out here. It is some crazy end of the world weather that's going on out here. You feel me? It is like it's truly something happening out here in the world. Let's have a brief intermission brought to you by our sponsors. That is with Kombucha. Yeah, feel me? You are what you eat. What goes in goes out.
That shit feels so good when you drink it. Yeah, you can drink and eat organisms. It kills all the shit in your body, all the dirt and the mold that you got in your shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? We all got bacteria. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even know the name. Kabunchy. That's the name of it. What? Kombucha. Organism. Enzymes. Prohibitats and whatever the detox. You need it, dog. So, let go yourself with this shit. Organism, alright? One. That shit made me feel like I was in a movie, nigga. That organism and shit had me like, go over there and touch up. Oh, you need organism.
All right, all right.
Major earthquake off the coast of Alaska that is causing some tsunami warnings in the area along that coastline up there. As we are following it, you can see the USGS earthquake saying a notable quake, preliminary info saying it's above 7.3, just about 87 kilometers south of Sand Point, Alaska. And
that is crazy. All this that's going on in the world, we forget that we all still in the hands of the Creator. Now, I believe that the tsunami warning has been called off, but it's wild. All this be going on. Have you prayed today? Have we thanked God for the little things we have?
this is distributing new potentially tsunami warnings to.
I mind you, if a natural disaster or an invasion comes here, all this bullshit which y'all thinking y'all fighting, so kids could chop off their parts, or who's illegal, who's not, or what's going on, who's God. Y'all all gonna come together, and that enemy that you think is the enemy will be your brother. So stop the knives, Naman.
The area there in Alaska, off the peninsula of Alaska. So we're following it very closely as it happened here this Wednesday afternoon. As you can see, the tsunami alert saying a tsunami warning posted for portions of Alaska following that earthquake 50 miles south of Sand Point, Alaska at 12:30 this afternoon. And we do have this live vantage point right here on Live Now from Fox of Sitka, Alaska, courtesy of our Earth Cam partners, which is just a little bit down the coast, not necessarily in the vicinity for this tsunami warning, but you can see some of those large cruise ships in the distance, potentially some off the coast there that will have to be aware of what's going on, as the U.S. Geological Survey recorded the earthquake off Sand Point, which is
not the earthquake,
located at the center of the Alaska Peninsula, just about 12:30. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration issued a tsunami warning for the majority of Alaska's peninsula, spanning up into the southernmost part of Alaska's mainland toward Anchorage. A major earthquake capable of causing, quote, serious damage is considered having a magnitude above 7. Only about 10 to 15 earthquakes of this caliber are reported each year, so not necessarily rare, but unusual. Let's take you right now out to our Fox weather team, as they're also tracking this here.
Hey guys, anyone who's ever watched any of my explainer videos knows I love to talk weather. I love to explain the how and the why, the processes of how we get there. It helped me when I was growing up to understand things. It made
This right here, some hail that's coming down Nebraska that just happened the other day. So it's a lot going on, man. You see this weather? Hold on. Where's the most recent one? I think that was the most recent one, but it was definitely like a lot of damage done. Like it was wild. You feel me? So just make sure y'all tell the ones that y'all love them, man. You feel me? A lot of things you gotta remember. Did you pray today? You feel me? I made Fajr. You feel me? What time is it? 10 a.m. Waiting for Dhuhr, inshallah. Trying to get out this funk of depression. About to get the head dead shit. Yam sheen. I don't got the, I don't got my little Punjabi mustache no more. You heard? But yeah, man. Y'all be safe out there. Black light out. Thank y'all for coming.